We're talking life, money and confident finance with Amanda Redman of Amanda Redman Financial Planning. And today, Amanda, we're talking about business people who run their own business, and the fact that very often they miss out on the fact that they should have a personal financial plan as well as an actual business plan.
That's right, Rob. It's really interesting. When you're running a business or if you're running a department within a company, you will often have a 1-year plan, a 3-year plan, maybe a 5 to 10 year strategic plan. But it's very rare that that translates into the same at a personal finance level. Often we have a short-term plan, but not a longer-term plan. And for business owners in particular, it's so important. I often meet business owners who say, "Oh, my business is my pension. I will live off my business when I retire." But that is very risky. And I think 2020 has shown us how quickly things can change in business, unfortunately, sometimes for the better, but sometimes for the worse. And so to have a separate financial plan to run alongside your business interests is actually really important.
And you can actually set up a limited company to help you do that, can't you?
Yes, so if you're running a limited company, one of the most tax efficient ways of extracting money from your business is by making a pension contribution and contributing to a pension that is separate from your actual business means that if anything were to happen when you come to sell the business, if you didn't manage to realise the full value or you needed to sell it quickly because you were unwell, then at least you have other provision that is not linked directly to your business.
Because that's the key thing, isn't it? That if there is a downturn and your business doesn't perform as well as you hope that it would do, then if you put all your eggs in that basket, then you're in bother.
Exactly. The value of your business is not something that you can control. It's only worth what somebody is prepared to pay for it at the time that you want to sell it. So given how much hard work and effort, blood, sweat and tears goes into running your own business for 10 or 20 years, it's really difficult to rely on that solely to provide your future provision. Much better to use the benefits of a successful business to be investing longer term separately.
Okay, so what are the key things that a business owner needs to be thinking about with regards to their personal financial planning that maybe an employee wouldn't be thinking about?
Yeah, and so there are ways of protecting a company's revenue and profit that a business owner needs to consider alongside pension provision for the future. So for example, most businesses have 1 or 2 key people within their business, and if anything were to happen to those people in the case of being unwell and not being able to work for a long period of time or possibly dying, then the business would suffer. There would be a financial impact if those people weren't able to work. And key person insurance, which is a policy which would pay the company in the event of somebody not being able to work through a critical illness or dying young. And that can give the business owner enough breathing space to make decisions about whether to keep the company running or what's going to happen until that person can come back to work.
And something else we could talk about is shareholder protection.
Yeah, so that's important. If you are running a limited company and are not the only shareholder, you might have 3 or 4 other shareholders. If one of those shareholders die, then what's going to happen to those shares? Is the family going to start getting involved in running the business? A lot of business owners would prefer to maintain their own control of the business. So a shareholder protection agreement allows you or provides the money to buy the shares so that the remaining shareholders can continue to run the business.
And is there a kind of a key stage in setting up your business that you should be thinking about this?
Really, the sooner the better. But in those first few years, understandably, cash flow and revenue can be quite variable and unpredictable. But generally, once you're a couple of years into the business, then that is a good time to start taking financial advice and looking at all of those elements and which are the highest priority, and then starting to put plans in place to address them.
Okay. Amanda, thank you very much. And if you'd like to have a conversation with Amanda confidentially, no obligation first chat, then please do get in touch or take a look at the website.